a little bit later.
Always right this time of year. We are right in the middle of it. Christy Siefken here with a look at the radar and more on what a microburst is. This is interesting.
We see this every year, and people wonder, why do we see so much damage with these microbursts? Well, a microburst can be as damaging, if not more, than a tornado. And it all starts with this thunderstorm column, a cloud to the ground. We start to see some air slowly moving about 20 miles an hour, and it hits the ground much faster. With a microburst, we can see speeds up to 168 miles an hour. But it's not necessarily a straight. In fact, as you look to the upper right corner of your screen, you'll see that that wind actually hits the ground, moves straight, and then curls up, actually in a starburst-like fashion. Isolated areas are where we see this damage, often in a 3-square area, and these can happen anywhere from 5 seconds to 5 minutes. We saw the severe damage through that cow pen earlier, and the potential for this throughout the next several days, it's pretty high. There's a lot of moisture out there, very thick in the air, and if you take a look outside on our sat rad, you'll notice plenty of moisture moving from the south up into southeastern Arizona and southeastern New Mexico. That chance for activity in the valley still in the forecast for tonight, and I'll have more details on that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Christy. Happening now, the City Council considering closing some hiking trails in extreme heat.
We'll talk about that in a moment, but let's check in with these owners of
It's an effort to solve crimes. We'll have details for you. Also, when openly transgender men and women will be allowed to start enlisting in the U.S. military. Those stories are coming your way on Fox 10 News at 6.
All right, see you in a few, Troy. As last night's powerful storms moved into the valley, there was some loud thunder. Did you hear it? There was quite a light show as well. Fox 10 viewer Jamie Hansen of Fountain Hills sending us this video of lightning hitting a transformer in Goldfield Ranch. Dustin Chapman sending us this video out of lightning out of Apache Junction. It was going on for quite a while. Just lighten up the sky there. The storm did eventually move north, hitting parts of Scottsdale and North Phoenix as well.
Here's a spectacular photograph that Aaron Wallace took. Look at that shot last night on Saguaro Lake. Aaron will be in our studio for Fox 10 News at 6, sharing some of his storm photography tips. So, you know, he'll give you some ideas if you want to contribute to our Facebook page or our website. We'd love to have your pictures, of course.
Your exclusive AccuWeather forecast with Christy Siefken on Fox 10 News.
Sticky out there yesterday, sticky again today, but the good news is we're going to see drier conditions, but we're going to have to wait until weekend. Plenty of activity out there still tonight. You'll see we're tapping into some of that subtropical moisture. Showers making their way through parts of southeastern Arizona. In fact, a few of them pretty strong with Show Low. Some pretty heavy cells moving through just in the past few hours in far northwestern Arizona. That's where we're seeing some strong activity as well. And as a result of that, we do have a few watches and warnings in place. Flash flood warnings, in fact, because we're seeing that rainfall at such a heavy rate in such a small period of time. So flash flood warning in addition to a severe thunderstorm warning. The showers making their way through parts of Flagstaff and Sedona. Well, that's cooling down at least at this hour. Most of the moisture already pushing through. We do still have a blowing dust advisory in effect through southwestern Arizona. All of the gray on your screen, that's a pollution advisory, unfortunately, through Maricopa County. So stay inside and limit your vehicle operation if you can. Right now, 95 degrees outside, though it does feel warmer than that because it is so sticky. A little breezy, winds at 13 miles an hour through Sky Harbor. And we're going to continue to see this area of high pressure that is what you usually see during monsoon season affect our forecast. Tapping into more moisture, that means that we're going to see that chance of thunderstorms continuing in our forecast and also continue to see those very humid conditions outside. Much cooler right now this hour than what we saw yesterday. A whole 13 degrees cooler in Casa Grande, almost 20 degrees cooler in St. John's, and numbers across the valley for the most part in the 90s. Queen Creek Creek and Florence, though, already at 87 degrees. Cooler spots on our map tonight, 75 in Sedona, 81 degrees in Safford, and those dew points on the high side, particularly for southern Arizona. Anywhere from 60 for the dew point in Phoenix, 64 in Douglas. Yuma, you are at 63 degrees. Today, well below average. 96 where we hit today, usually at 107 this time of year. So a little bit of relief before we get into your 4th of July holiday, when it will be quite a bit warmer than what we saw out there today. Temperatures for tonight dropping anywhere from 86 degrees down to 75 in Casa Grande. We'll see 60 for St. John's, 49 for Flag, and then into tomorrow, triple digits in places like Yuma, close to it for Lake Havasu, 71 degrees for Show Low, and 70 for Window Rock. We will keep that chance of activity in the forecast tonight as we cool down to the 80s, and then into tomorrow, close to that 100-degree mark, but chance, guys, for activity late tonight and into tomorrow, keeping about a 30% chance for rain in the forecast as we make our way into Friday afternoon.
Man, that is tough to watch. Yep, that is. Camera going, gone. Days of heavy rain causing major problems in parts of Japan. Video from Nagasaki showing a slide causing us to topple over, crash into another home as the land beneath it gave way. That area was evacuated the previous day, so there were no injuries, but the home, of course,
All right, still ahead at 5, some Reagan presidential memories will be hitting the auction.